Oh, hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video from Shauns Auto Repairs in sunny UK. Sorted.
Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video with the 2008 Ford Mondeo, and we are still having problems with the alarm. Now if you want to go and see kind of the first part of this video, I'll leave it in the description and a little card at the top. And basically, I initially thought we only had one problem, but it turns out we had two. And this problem, what I'm about to show you, had nothing to do with the first problem, which led me to this problem. Does that all make sense? Good. Makes perfect sense to me too. When you turn on the ignition, you can see it says alarm system service required. Now, what it does is, for no reason whatsoever, sometimes the alarm will just go off for no reason, and obviously it's frustrating. Every time you start it, it basically keeps saying that the alarm has been activated and it needs servicing, but it does actually lock. So it does physically lock and it double locks, right, which is a key. But initially we had a problem with the door locking. The car didn't recognize it was locked, and I thought that was the issue as regards the dash. But the door locks won't bring that little thing on the dash, the warning light. It just won't lock the doors or be acting weird. So we plugged it into the computer, gone to the BCM, and as you can see, like I said in the first video, we have the battery backup sounder, which is essentially the alarm. So what we need to do, it is in underneath the passenger side wheel, and we need to take the cover off, and it's under there, and there's only three wires. We have a power, a ground and a limb wire. Now I know that the powers and grounds and the limb wire is actually working, and the reason why I know it, we're going to test it, but I know it's working because the alarm does go off. I can set the alarm off. Now if I there we go. So as you can see, the alarm actually works. So I know we're getting powers and grounds to that module. It is most probably going to be the module at fault. But I'm just basically showing you when you have this problem, so it's going to come up again. See, now it says alarm triggered because obviously we triggered it, but it does say service required. So when you get that service required light, it's most probably going to be this battery backup sounder. Now it can also be the sensors internally in the car as well, kind of, you know, going bad, but the battery backup sounder is a very common thing. It doesn't need any programming, it's just plug and play, but you do want to make sure you match up the codes. Now you can actually get them out of Land Rovers as well. Land Rovers use the same ones, and there's a few different cars, but you want to make sure you get the same code, and it's just plug and play, nothing else required. So let's get this on the lift and let's see exactly where it is, and we'll do the testing we need to do. Right, so I've taken off the wheel and the wheel cover on the passenger side, and as you look right underneath here, there it is. There's our three wires. So we've got a power, ground and a limb. Now we'll check them in a second, but there's two 10mm bolts either side of it. We need to drop this down so we can actually kind of see where we're going, because as you can see, if I put my hand here anywhere, I'm going to get in the way of the camera and you're not going to see anything. So we need to whip this off first and see. As you can see, we've taken it down. These are numbers you need to match up with the new or second-hand unit even. These do cause an awful lot of problems. They cause that light to come on. They cause the alarm to go off just whenever it feels like it, and all sorts of stuff. Now we know this is working, and we know our powers and grounds and everything are going to be okay, because we heard this thing actually sound the alarm off. I was in the car, I locked the car, and I set the alarm off. So we know the communication lines and everything is working. We will double check it, but we know that's working. So let me just undo this, and then I'll check them. Okay, our middle wire is the limb wire, and our power and grounds are the two outside wires. So what I'm going to do, you just see it, and let me turn the flash off on the screen. I'm going to close the car, and boom, there we go. So we have limb, and we know that is absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever. And if we open it, it will still send the signal. It's a different signal, but close it again. Now that is with the box actually taken out, so you do have to be aware, you know, sometimes you need the module in, but in this case we don't. So we know our LIN is good. Up there, we know we are good. So now what we need to do is our powers and grounds. As you can see, a good strong test light, so we know our powers and grounds are perfect, as well as our communication. So all that leaves is the box itself, which we knew anyway. It's always good to double check. We had the alarm going off, so we knew the communication was working, and we also knew the powers and grounds were because the alarm went off. If you're just getting indicators flashing and no sound, well then, you know, check your powers and your grounds and things like that. But we got sound, we've got powers and grounds, we've got communication, but we've just got a screw-whiffy alarm goes off whenever it feels like it, basically. So here it is. The customer's going to get a second-hand one of these. Now, I don't know, he's hopefully going to get it today, but we're not sure. But what you can do is you can leave this disconnected. Your car will still start, but you're going to have that warning light on your car at all times, and obviously your alarm will not work at all. So bear that in mind. But at least if you need a few days to actually get this, and you want your alarm to stop going off whenever it feels like it, at least you can do that. So I'm going to give this to the customer. He's going to go off, do whatever he needs to do, and then we'll refit it. Right, here is the old one, and the new one you can see is just up there. Here's the old one. So let's hope now that that one, because it's a second-hand one and it looks a bit worse than this one on the outside, so let's hope that that one's okay. We will know in a few seconds. Right, okay, now what we need to see, do the indicators flash and does the car actually arm itself? Because if that unit is completely dead and not just broken, it won't even do that. So boom, there we go. So we know that unit's working, but then the other unit was working, it's just faulty. So what we need to do now is go to the car and see, now we've opened it, put the key in the ignition, and that message should not come up. Boom! There we go, that would have come up before. Let me turn down the radio so I don't get copyrighted. And there we go, people. Boom! Lovely. So let's take the key out, put the key back in. Ignition on, perfect. Take the key out. Double lock it, open it. Boom! There we go. So that's how to get that light off. So yeah, we in the first video we thought we only had one problem. Discovered we had two problems, but we got there, we sorted it, we fixed it, everyone's happy, and the car is good to go. So look, hope it helps. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, links up here, links down below, but most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.